Welcome to another deep dive into Inside American Politics by Scoob. I'm your host, Bradley Teller, and today we're peeling back the layers of a story that reads like a political thriller, complete with beauty pageants, biblical marriages, assassination plots, and enough conspiracy theories to fill a Netflix series. We're talking about Erika Kirk, the woman who went from Miss Arizona USA to the center of one of the most shocking political scandals of our time. Buckle up, because this story has more twists than a pretzel factory. Let's start at the beginning. Erika Lane Francevy was born on November 20th, 1988 in Ohio, but her story really begins in Scottsdale, Arizona, where she was raised after her parents' divorce. Picture this: a Catholic household, a mother emphasizing community service, and a young girl who would grow up to become one of the most polarizing figures in conservative politics. At Notre Dame Preparatory High School, Erika wasn't just another student, she was an athlete, playing both basketball and volleyball. But here's where it gets interesting. Even as a teenager, she was already thinking beyond the court. She founded a nonprofit called Everyday Heroes Like You, focused on community charitable work. Most teenagers are worried about prom dates. Erika was building her philanthropic empire. Fast forward to Arizona State University, where she studied political science and international relations. But wait, there's more. She also played NCAA basketball at Regis University in Denver. This woman was collecting degrees and athletic achievements like they were trading cards. Later, she'd earn a Juris Master in American Legal Studies from Liberty University, and by the mid-2020s was working on a doctorate in theological studies. But here's the moment that would change everything. 2012. The year Erika Francevy became Miss Arizona USA and stepped onto the national stage at the Miss USA pageant. Little did anyone know, this moment would create a connection that would haunt her for decades to come, because guess who co-owned the Miss Universe organization at that time? Donald Trump. That's right, folks. Before she was the controversial widow, before she was running a major political organization, Erika Kirk was a contestant in Trump's pageant empire. File that away. We'll come back to it. Now let's talk about love, or what some people call a carefully orchestrated political alliance. The official story goes like this. In 2018, Erika met Charlie Kirk at Bill's Burgers in New York City for what was supposed to be a job interview. Charlie was celebrating a new Turning Point USA location when a close friend recommended Erika. According to Charlie, he was so impressed by her faith and intellect that he abandoned the interview altogether and asked her out instead. Romantic, right? Well, hold that thought. By 2021, they were married, and Erika quickly established herself as more than just a political spouse. She launched multiple projects that combined Christian faith with media and commerce, a devotional podcast called Midweek Rise Up, a Christian apparel brand called Proclaim Streetwear, and a Bible engagement platform called Bible in 365. This woman was building her own empire while supporting her husband's. But here's where things get controversial. Erika became a vocal advocate for what she called traditional gender roles. She publicly described her marriage as an Ephesians 5-style union. That's the biblical verse about wifely submission and a husband's love and care. She advocated for women to prioritize family over career, despite her own extensive professional activities. The couple had 2 children, a daughter in 2022 and a son in 2024. From the outside, it looked like the perfect conservative power couple. Successful, attractive, prolific, and deeply religious. But internet sleuths weren't buying the fairy tale narrative, especially when they started digging into that close friend who supposedly introduced them. Here's where our story takes a hard left into conspiracy theory territory, and honestly, some of these claims are wild enough to make your head spin. The theory goes like this. What if that 2018 meeting at Bill's Burgers wasn't a coincidence? What if Erika didn't just happen to be recommended by some mysterious close friend? Online theorists suggest that the meeting was carefully orchestrated by powerful figures, possibly including Donald Trump himself, to place a highly connected operative at the heart of the MAGA youth movement. Think about it. Erika had already worked in Trump's pageant world, allegedly as a casting director in New York City, after her Miss USA stint. Charlie Kirk and Trump had a close working relationship through Turning Point USA. The timing was perfect to merge Trump's political influence with TPUSA's ground operation. But wait, it gets deeper. According to these theories, Erica's family connections made her the perfect candidate for such an operation. Her mother, Lori Francevy, is alleged to have worked with Homeland Security and the Department of Defense. Her father, Kent Francevy, supposedly had deep ties to the defense industry, even allegedly chairing Raytheon's Israel division and working on Iron Dome projects. Now, I have to stress, these are unverified claims circulating online. But the conspiracy theorists paint a picture of Erica as someone with a pedigree tied to U.S. government agencies, defense contractors, and pro-Israel circles. In their narrative, she wasn't a job candidate. She was an operative sent to secure an alliance and keep TPUSA aligned with the political establishment. The supposed payoff of this strategic marriage, Erica's swift transition to CEO of TPUSA after Charlie's death, and her current positioning as a potential future political candidate. To believers in this theory, everything that followed was part of a master plan, decades in the making. Let's dive deeper into that Trump connection, because this is where things get really interesting and really controversial. Remember, Erica's initial link to Trump was through the 2012 Miss USA pageant, where she competed as Miss Arizona USA. Trump co-owned the Miss Universe organization from 1996 to 2015, making him her boss, in a sense, during that competition. She didn't place nationally, but that wasn't the end of their professional relationship. After her pageant days, Erica pursued modeling and allegedly worked as a casting director in New York City. Here's where the speculation explodes. Persistent claims suggest she wasn't just any casting director, but that she was employed directly by Trump's Miss Universe organization. Some allegations even suggest she held a significant recruiting position within his pageant company. Fast forward to September 2025, the day that changed everything. Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and at his funeral, the images that circulated globally showed President Trump publicly comforting the tearful widow. But here's the thing that got people talking. In some photos, Trump appeared to be grinning while Erica was weeping in his arms. The optics were uncomfortable. The internet immediately went into overdrive, digging up old bikini photos from Erica's pageant days and connecting them back to rumors about her alleged employment with Trump's organization. People started asking, exactly how deep did this relationship go? The public nature of that consoling embrace, combined with the mixed facial expressions captured in photographs, fueled speculation that their relationship ran much deeper than a casual friendship or past business connection. It cast a shadow over everything: the 2012 pageant, the alleged casting director job, the 2018 meeting with Charlie Kirk, and now this very public, very scrutinized moment of grief. Now we come to one of the most controversial aspects of this entire story: Erica Kirk's behavior immediately after her husband's assassination and during his funeral service. Just 2 days after Charlie Kirk was killed, on September 12, 2025, Erica delivered a national address from Turning Point USA headquarters, vowing to continue Charlie's mission. But instead of sympathy, she faced immediate criticism about her demeanor and presentation. Critics described her emotional delivery as wooden, too polished, and scripted, more like a professional performance than raw, spontaneous grief. Online commentary went viral claiming she appeared composed and made up too quickly after such a tragedy. Some commentators alleged she was doing photo shoots hours after her husband's death. The most vocal critic was Candace Owens, a former close friend of Charlie Kirk, who repeatedly attacked Erica's composure. Owens asked pointedly, what kind of widow would not want the truths of her husband's murder to come out? She questioned why Erica was publicly forgiving the alleged shooter, Tyler Robinson, instead of demanding answers about a potential wider conspiracy. But the real controversy exploded during Charlie's public memorial service. Yes, Erica delivered an emotional eulogy where she publicly forgave the killer and recounted seeing a gentle smile on Charlie's lips after his death. That's not what people were talking about, though. It was her entrance to the stage that had everyone's jaws dropping. Critics compared it to a WWE script, complete with pyrotechnics, at a funeral. Let that sink in for a moment. The theatrical element was immediately seized upon as evidence of a cynical political spectacle. People argued this wasn't a memorial. It was a pre-production launch of Erika Kirk's political career. The optics were so bad that even supporters were scratching their heads. We're about to enter the darkest territory of this story, so listener discretion is advised. After Charlie Kirk's assassination, unverified but explosive allegations began circulating online about Erika's past activities. The most serious claims involve a charitable initiative she was allegedly involved with in Romania called Romanian Angels. Online conspiracy theories, lacking any official substantiation or police verification, suggested links between this charity and concerns about child trafficking. Now, I want to be crystal clear. These are unverified claims that have not been substantiated by law enforcement or credible investigative sources. But the allegations gained traction online, particularly given Erika's swift ascension to power following her husband's death. The conspiracy theories wove together her alleged modeling work, her pageant connections, her supposed casting director role with Trump's organization, and these Romanian charity claims into a narrative that painted Erika as someone with a deeply hidden and troubling past. These dark allegations were amplified by her critics, who pointed to her seemingly quick emotional recovery and her focus on political messaging rather than seeking justice for her husband's murder. They argued that someone with nothing to hide would be demanding investigations and answers, not immediately pivoting to forgiveness and political continuity. The timing of these allegations, surfacing immediately after she assumed control of a major political organization, led many to wonder whether they were strategic attacks designed to undermine her new leadership role or whether there was substance behind the smoke. And now we reach the most explosive allegation of all, the claim that Erika Kirk was somehow involved in the plot to assassinate her own husband. The theory hinges on several supposedly suspicious behaviors and coincidences. First, there's the social media post. Just hours before Charlie Kirk was shot, Erika posted a Bible verse, Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. For conspiracy theorists, this timing wasn't coincidental or an act of faith. It was a coded message or psychological expression of stress, implying she knew trouble was coming. Then there's her rapid return to public view and her immediate forgiveness of the alleged shooter, Tyler Robinson. Critics argued that a devoted widow should be demanding answers and justice, not immediately forgiving the killer. Candace Owens and others suggested this quick forgiveness indicated Erika already knew the truth, that Robinson was merely a patsy, and that her calmness came from being aligned with the actual perpetrators. The deep state version of this theory suggests that if Erika was indeed a covert operative with high-level connections, she would be perfectly positioned to act as a handler for a faction that decided Charlie Kirk had become a liability. Maybe Charlie had discovered damaging secrets about his organization or associates. Maybe his growing political influence made him a threat to established power structures. In this narrative, Erika served as the critical link to set up the assassination, with Tyler Robinson as the fall guy. The most cynical version focuses on power and control. After the assassination, Erika immediately vowed to continue Charlie's work, promising to make his legacy stronger, bolder, louder. Critics twisted this into evidence that her eagerness to control Turning Point USA was the ultimate motive, that the assassination was premeditated to secure her position at the top of the influential organization. In September 2025, following Charlie Kirk's death, the board of Turning Point USA unanimously elected Erika as CEO and chair of the board. They cited Charlie's private wish for her to succeed him and carry his torch. For supporters, this was a touching tribute to a grieving widow honoring her husband's legacy. For skeptics, it was the final step in a long-planned succession, proof that she had been strategically positioned for this moment all along. And here's the kicker. Erika Kirk is now being floated as a potential vice presidential candidate for 2028. Think about that trajectory, from Miss Arizona USA in 2012 to potential VP candidate in just 16 years. That's either an incredible American success story or the most elaborate long-term political operation in modern history, depending on your perspective. Her public profile now spans pageantry, podcasting, nonprofit work, organizational leadership, and potentially national politics. She's positioned herself as a voice for traditional gender roles while simultaneously wielding significant political power. She advocates for women prioritizing family over career while running a major political organization. The contradictions are stark, and they fuel continued speculation about who Erica Kirk really is and what she really represents. So, who is Erica Kirk really? A grieving widow carrying on her husband's mission? Or a calculated power player placed by forces far beyond the public eye? The truth sits somewhere between rumor and reality, because when it comes to Erica Kirk, every answer only leads to more questions. The timing, the funeral, the rise to power, it all feels too perfect or too planned. What's clear is this: Erica Kirk's story isn't over, and the deeper you go, the stranger it gets. Want to uncover the next layer of the Erica Kirk mystery? Download the Scoob app now and listen to the full story, where we follow the money, the influence, and the secrets they don't want you to hear. Because on Scoob, every headline hides another truth.